Level 16 is officially confirmed in Clash Royale, guys, and I cannot believe that Supercell actually did it. They just revealed the biggest update of the year. They're changing so much, and so we got to cover every single thing that they're changing because the game that we know is officially changing forever. Like, it's actually crazy. And you can see level 16 is being added for players who've already maxed out their cards. First of all, I'm pretty sure about like 80 to 90% of people playing Clash Royale do not have maxed out cards. Let me know if you guys are still at level 15, maybe level 14, maybe even level 11 or 12. Let me know what you guys think about level 16 because this right here is one of the biggest changes. However, though, they're also changing progression. So we got to take a look at exactly what that means because you can see card upgrades now focus on the core resources. So it's going to be cards, gold, wild cards with gems as an optional shortcut. And so elite wildcards are officially gone from the game. They are moving ahead without elite wildcards. And so now you're going to need cards, gold, wildcards, and then you do have the option of gems, which, you know, obviously is going to be pay to win. Now you can also see existing resources that will automatically be converted are as follows. So books are going to be turned into wildcards / gems. We actually do have a table on the conversion rate as well. We're going to cover that too. Magic coins are now going to be, you know, basically gold. And then elite wildcards are going to be gems. So if you have any of these right here, you're going to be getting converted to the new resources. And then this right here is just so crazy. Now keep in mind also that for ranked battles, so ranked mode, you know, it will be capped at level 15 until May 2026. So you're going to have basically about 6 months. All of us are going to have 6 months to get to level 16 if we do want to compete, obviously, in ranked, which, you know, is going to be until May. You can see the update also is going to be November 24th. So that's when it's going to be dropping, which is literally in about 2 weeks. So everything is changing as we know. And it's actually crazy that they did reveal level 16 because there's so much more, like I said. So let's keep it going, right? So upgrade costs have been adjusted for smoother level progression. That's going to be the main thing that Supercell is basically saying when it comes to this blog. And again, we do have, of course, the conversion rates, the new changes and everything. So let's take a look right here, man, because coming in the next updates, 2v2 League is on the way. So if you have a friend, you're going to be able to play with each other. Pause right there. A new evolution box expanding how you can earn evos. That's a good addition because we do want to earn more evos, right? Seasonal content will bring the holiday spirits, featuring a new seasonal lucky chest and a Clashmas event packed with rewards. I like that because if it's free, it's for me. Trophy Road will be reworked again. What? I'm pretty sure it just got reworked about like a few months ago, so that's kind of crazy too. And for the biggest part of the updates, something heroic is coming, one that will take gameplay to a new level, but more on that later. And if we take a closer look, it looks like, are these swords? Is this like a hat? Like, are these our feet, right? Like, I don't know what this could mean, man. All I know is that this is definitely going to change the game more than level 16. I mean, they straight up just say it, right? Gameplay to a new level. Something heroic. What are they going to add, bro? Oh, that sounds insane. That sounds actually scary. And so that's going to be, you know, later on. We'll hear more news. Make sure to subscribe to know exactly what that is once we find out. Now, they do talk about progression, the biggest hot topic when it comes to, you know, Supercell Clash Royale. So, again, goodbye elite wildcards. They're going to get converted to, you know, gems, as you can see right here. You'll no longer need to grind daily rewards hoping for those missing cards. Now you can buy exactly what you need with gems. So they're like, hey, buy gems, and then you can literally upgrade anything you want. So if you do have elite wildcards, again, they're going to get converted to gems. And so that's the big thing. Their biggest points, obviously, is this marks a big step towards a simpler, more transparent system. So they want to be more transparent, where your progress always feels meaningful and connected to the cards you play. So again, elite wildcards, bye-bye. You can see the emote right here. So gems for that. So you have a lot, you're going to get a lot of gems. Back to the basics. We can actually see the conversion rates when it comes to all this. And now remember, with this updates, your books are going to be converted to wild cards. Magic coins are going to be gold, and then books of books will be converted to gems. They do also mention to make things easier, we're also increasing the number of random cards earned throughout the game. I do like the sound of that. Obviously, it comes down to how they're going to execute it. So you can see, based on your king level, this is what you're going to be getting. So if you're level 1, you're going to get 100 common wild cards per common book. And then 20 for rare, 10 for epic, 4 for legendary, and then 400 gems per book of books. So that's going to be like the highest tier, of course. And then if you're level 15, you get 7,500 common wild cards per common book. You get 1,400 rare wild cards, 180 epic wild cards, and then 20 legendary wild cards, and then 6,000 gems. Oh, that's actually a lot more than I was expecting. Dang, I actually do have some, you know, book of books. So I'm definitely going to be getting a lot of gems, which I am going to use to upgrade my troops. And so again, you can see based on your king tower level, tell me what level you guys are at. This is how it's going to be converting. your books, right? And so if you have a lot of books, you're gonna be getting a lot of different wild cards, which is gonna help you upgrade your troops. So that definitely is gonna be a big change. You know, you can also see the magic coin conversion rates, and so at 15, wow, this is actually 120. I think it's usually 100. I'd have to like check the previous stuff as well, but basically you're gonna get 120,000 gold per magic coin. So I do believe it was about 100k to max out a card, right? If I remember correctly. So you're gonna get a lot of gold if you do have, you know, the magic coins. I think I have a couple saved up, maybe two. So I'll be getting some extra gold. And then new card levels and upgrading. Yeah, this is just it's so crazy. A lot of people thought it was gonna happen. A lot of people didn't want it to happen, and now we're here, right? Level 16. They do say that the system is gonna be simpler for the next step. So let's see exactly what this means. So card level and copies required to upgrade it. So okay. So the current card requirements were 50,000 elite wild cards, obviously for common, rare, epic, legendary, and then champion, right? So this is what we're currently at. Now with the new card requirements, it's now going to be 7,500, you know, common, 1,400 rare. So it does feel like it definitely is going to be simpler and, you know, more, I guess, meaningful, like they said. So yeah, you're definitely, I prefer this, honestly. I'm sure a lot of people would agree, versus getting like 50,000 elite wild cards, because it was so slow to get them. Again, it just kind of comes down to like how often they're gonna give us, you know, the wild cards, you know, gems and other stuff for free, right? So obviously you're gonna be able to pay with gems and progress with, you know, money, because it's pay to win. They did lower some of these, obviously, you know, 300. You know, this was 400, so it did get lowered to 300. So they definitely did lower, you know, the lower level. So 11, 12, 13, 14, it's actually going to be easier to level your cards. And I like the sound of that as well, because it's going to make progression again easier, especially for the people that are under, you know, level 15, 14, and so on. So that definitely is a good change right here. And then we do have the gold requirement. So this is going to be the current one that we have right now. So yeah, it is 100k. So I was right. So the coin is going to be 120k now. So you actually get a little bit of extra, you know, gold. So I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of that. And we can see the changes. So with the new requirements, it's now going to be lowered for 12, 13, and 14. So that's a good sign. Again, they're definitely making it easier at the lower level. So that is good. So we go from like 100k to 60,000. So a 40% drop when it comes to that. And then of course, you know, from 75 to 40, and then 35 to 25. So yeah, it's definitely cheaper to upgrade, you know, from 12, 13 to 14 versus what it already was. And then we can see for 15, it's going to be 90,000, and then 16, it's going to be 120,000. So maybe it's not, I mean, level 16 obviously always changes. Anytime they introduce a new level, it's going to change everything, but by the looks of it, it could potentially be better than what people are expecting, right? But again, it comes down to how they're going to execute everything. And hold on, they do answer some questions right here. What if I already started upgrading a level 14 card? If you already use elite wild cards on a partial upgrade, these will be converted into copies of that card that will mirror the exact progress to the next level. I like the sound of that. So for example, if you're King Tower level 14 and you've invested 25k elite wild cards into a common card, such as your level 14 knight, your knight will have 2750 card copies applied to its progress when the update drops. Okay, so that's good for the people that are stuck between 14 and 15. So you don't got to worry about that. You're going to be getting the extra copies that are going to help you upgrade, you know, your cards. Now, I am going to tell you right now, a big tip is going to be to get as high of a King Tower as you can. So try to get to that level 14, you know, play the game as much as you can. That way you actually get more, right? Because remember, it's going to be based on your King Tower level. So keep that in mind, okay? So that's one question. And also, what happens if the wildcard storage is full? So any wildcards received from books that exceed your storage limit will overflow, allowing you to still use them to upgrade your cards to the new level. Okay, makes sense. And then we'll rank, we mentioned this at the beginning, level 15 is going to be capped. So you're not going to be able to use level 16 cards until May 2026. So we have 6 months to upgrade from level 15 to 16 for ranked. So that means Trophy Road and stuff like that, you're still going to be able to use level 16 cards. Oh no, that means level 17 as well with the Chef. Ooh, it's going to get crazy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so that's going to be wild. And then what will happen to additional copies of cards at level 16 in the new system? So overflow copies of max cards will now convert into crystals. So yeah, we do have a new currency in the game. Oh wait, hold on. You'll be able to exchange for cosmetics in the shop. Hey, some emotes. Starting with a number of exclusive emotes. Okay, I like that. I'm a sucker for emotes. You know that 6-7 emote we got? Yeah, it's going to get crazy. We'll share more on that closer to the update. So crystals, that's going to be a whole new currency that you can use to get cosmetics like emotes, exclusive emotes, by the way. So I do like that. Trophy Road extension and changes to ranked. Once the update lands, Trophy Road will extend to 12,000 trophies, introducing 4 new arenas between 10 and 12k. This update adds new milestones and extends rewards for high-level players. I like that. Okay, good. So Arena 25, 26, 27, 28. So this is going to be the minimum trophy requirement for the new Trophy Road arenas. Okay. Updates to ranked access. You'll no longer need to finish the entire Trophy Road to enter ranks. I do like that, so you don't got to get to 15,000. Now you unlock ranks when you reach required trophy milestone for that season. So for November, it's going to be 10,000, December 10.5, January 11k, February 11.5. So that's to unlock ranks, so that's good. No longer got to get to 15,000. And then, of course, reaching Champion League and rank will continue to ensure the mode stays unlocked. So if you get to Champion, it's going to be there for the following season. And then don't forget, ranks will be capped at level 15 when update drops until May. So yeah, this is definitely going to change the game, guys. Level 16 again. You know, this is basically the most important stuff. You guys got to tell me what you think about it. I covered it the best that I could. If you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. And definitely stay tuned for more.